Now search teams in Italy have found 5 bodies in the wreck of the luxury yacht the Bazan, which sank on Monday during a freak storm off of the coast of Sicily. Divers have been looking for 6 missing people, including the British tech entrepreneur Mike Lynch, Jonathan Bloomer, the international chair of the American bank Morgan Stanley, who is also unaccounted for. Now the identities of the bodies have not yet been revealed. Mark Lone reports from Pirello in Sicily.
In this awful story, another, grimly inevitable chapter, the first of 5 more bodies found today from the buy-in taken ashore. Their identities are not yet confirmed. It takes to 5 the numbers, now known to have died as the super yacht sank. Divers had been searching since first light, helped by remote-controlled vehicles that could be on the seabed for several hours, far longer than the 10 minutes each dive team is allowed at that depth. They've been trying since Monday to get into the buy-in. Lying on its side deep underwater, the rescuers had struggled to get into the cabins, where it's thought the missing passengers had been sleeping when the yacht was consumed by a waterspout, a mini tornado that capsized it within minutes. But the questions are still mounting, especially for the experts. Rino Casilli is one of Sicily's top ship surveyors, casting off in his own yacht, about a third of the size of the buy-in. He's been out on these waters for 30 years and says for a super yacht to have sunk within minutes, there must have been serious mistakes.
For that amount of water to have flooded in, it couldn't have been one single error, it must have been many. Perhaps a large compartment was left open for a long time. We had a weather warning beforehand, so there should have been 2 crew taking turns on overnight watch, and it should have been moored in the harbor. And what of the extreme weather? He says it still shouldn't have caused such damage. I've been in a waterspout myself, while in a much smaller older wooden boat, and we got through it fine, and I saw other boats next to me at the time whose masks weren't damaged by it. You need to be on alert, but it passes quickly. I just don't understand it. Well, we've reached the spot where the buy-in went down. You can see there the ship of the Italian police, and just behind them the divers who were trying to get down 50 m underwater to the seabed in search of what still evades them, the missing passengers and answers. And so it's taking time, but the emergency teams are finally making progress, and the horrors from the dark depths are gradually coming to light.
Well, let's focus on the yacht's design now, because the vessel had one of the world's tallest aluminium masts, measuring some 72 m, and we can speak to John Carlton, now Professor of Marine Engineering at City University London. Welcome to you. Thank you for being with us, and I am sure that you have seen that CCTV footage appearing to show the yacht capsizing, vanishing remarkably quickly. Some people saying just some 60 seconds, and I think that seems almost remarkable for a luxury vessel like this. What did you make of it?
Well, yes, I agree. It's a very rapid failure. What we are really seeing here, I think, is the situation where we've got a water spout, which is essentially a vortex, which means that there is flow around the center of the water spot, and if that comes in closely to the mass situation, then you'll find that it will excite vibration of the mast. Now, I don't know as yet the details of the mast and what it's made of, what have you, but when it a vortex interacts very much with the structure, you will set up a whole series of natural frequencies at different frequencies. Now it could be, the reports are saying the mass broke there. It could well be that either we had a low cycle fatigue situation we were looking at, or we might have had a mechanical overload. All right.
What something else I did want to ask you about, along with the master, is also the keel, so that kind of backbone of the vessel. What role does that play in terms of stability on a boat?
The KE tends to stabilize lateral movement of the ship. It also obviously has drag, and I believe this ship had a retractable coup, which means that when we were looking in light winds there we would find that we perhaps didn't need as much lateral surface of the KE to control the transverse movement of the ship. So that is really an answer to your question. The KE is controlling lateral motion, but those of you who are dingy sailors, if you like, will very rapidly know that in certain headings of the wind you don't particularly want your keel there, cause it's going to slow your drag. Thanks for watching this video.